Welcome to the Supercar Connection podcast. Find us on social at Supercar Connection, and full episodes drop Mondays on YouTube, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts. Like, comment, subscribe, send us to a fellow car lover. We appreciate all of your support. I'm Gavin, this is my boy Joe, and we're here to talk about cars.
I feel like we had a good set of interesting topics for today.
Yeah, definitely. Starting with the new Huracan replacement. You've been seeing some pics of that swirl around online?
I have some of the spy photos.
Yeah.
There's been a lot of spy photos.
Lots of spy photos. Camo's a little heavier on this one than the ZR1.
It is. Also, okay, before we even dive into it, how do you feel in general about there being a Huracan replacement? Is it too soon?
Too soon?
Is it I feel like
it's almost been 10 years.
That's what I'm saying. But at the same time, something about
it feels weird. It's been a fast 10 years.
It's almost like that car, because of maybe my age or whatever it is, but that car was just so iconic that it's crazy to see that the fact that they're gonna stop making them.
Yeah.
And now it's either I get one soon or those prices are going through the roof and I have to really, really, really level up to get one.
Yes. See, I was a Gallardo boy. You know?
Oh, okay. That's what it is.
Yeah, I was into this game early.
Yeah, I was a Huracan type.
So I was a Gallardo boy, and then the Huracan came out. So I've already experienced the switch over. It's got to happen. Even with the Mercy and the Aventador, it's the same way.
It hasn't hit me yet. I'm scared.
I will say though, from the Mercy to the Aventador, feels like such a better jump than from the Aventador to the Revelto.
Oh, absolutely, dude. Absolutely.
The Revelto looks crazy, but what the Aventador did was
it broke everything, bro.
It just blew everything out of the water.
It changed the scale of what we can do or the look that we can have and everything in between. I feel like even the Gallardo to the Huracan, you're talking about worlds of difference, in my opinion, at least. Yeah. Not only from design, but even the interior.
The interior, you almost can't even bring that one up. No, because that's not even fair.
It's not fair, literally.
I would say the exterior design at the end of the Huracan, some of those, I thought the Huracan design was nice.
Dude, I think the Huracan was
the Gallardo. I like the Gallardo design a lot.
Design where? Out exterior-wise? Cosmetic looks?
Yeah.
But what did you like about it? For its time?
For its time.
I
think the later ones still look good. The early ones, because we're talking 20 years old now, just about, those look old, the first gen. But the later ones still look good. But really what I was getting at is the jump from the Gallardo to the Huracan is not as big of a jump of how good this car looks as the Mercy to the Aventador.
That's fair.
The Aventador was a leap and a bound. It skipped three generations of advancements.
That's very fair. It's unreal. You know why I think I have such a bad taste for Gallardos in my mouth?
Yeah, what?
I don't know why I'm blanking on his name, but who's the dude with the bookshelf in the garage?
Ty
Lopez. He ruined that car for me.
He ruined it.
He ruined his whole because in my opinion, he was the one that started this whole course e-commerce, all this crap that's now is the damn norm.
Yeah.
So that he had an orange one in his garage at the time.
I don't remember. I have to go find it.
No, if we
there were two.
Video,
wasn't there two cars?
There was.
Was it a McLaren and a Gallardo?
It might have been
MP4?
It might have been the MP4 12C or whatever the heck they call that damn thing.
Yeah.
And a Gallardo. But there was definitely a Gallardo.
There was definitely a Gallardo.
The other, it might have been a Rolls Royce.
We can agree.
It might have been a Wraith.
I think there was two cars.
It might have been a Wraith or something. Or a Bentley or something.
And he had a bookshelf in his garage.
He had a bookshelf in his garage. He's like, you know why I made $1 million this month? Because I read. And I was like,
read books.
Books are what? And I'm like, bro, what is this dude talking about?
He was the first guy on YouTube ads.
He was. I'm telling you, he's the one that started that trend. But that's why I think in my mind, when I picture, especially an older Gallardo, it just turns me off so much because all I do is picture that type of person driving that car.
Yeah.
If I see a Gallardo now, I don't look at it wow, look at that classic Lamborghini. I look at it, I go, why is that dude trying to stunt in that time shit box? That's kind of what I think of it. Is that a messed up view to have?
Yeah, low key.
It is. Is it go against how what I already preach?
Yeah,
I'm looking at it, and I'm like, dude, screw this guy and this damn Gallardo.
I think it does. I think it goes against what you preach.
Fair. I'm a hypocrite. It's fine. Cool.
But you're telling me that at the end, the SCS, the red one with the black high wing and the carbon effects package, that doesn't turn you on a little bit?
It doesn't do anything for me.
That hurts. I think that car's incredible.
You know what it is?
It's because STS, bro, is sick.
In its time, maybe I was like, dude, that's sick. But now, just today's day and age, compared to everything else, I'm like, this just doesn't do anything.
That was also the first supercar that I sat in and got to rev up.
Okay, so yeah, I think it holds a little bit of a spot for you.
Yeah.
Okay, compare a 2010 Gallardo to a 2010 Ferrari 458. Compare the looks. What looks more like it can hold its own in today's day and age?
Well, I mean, the 458 is one of the most timeless designs ever
Is it not the
created.
same time frame as the Gallardo?
It's the same time frame, but it's a timeless design.
That's fair.
So
But I feel like there's a lot of timeless designs.
there's a lot of
across
timeless
Ferrari and
designs.
Lambo.
Yeah, for
It
sure.
just shows you the difference between like Ferrari and Lambo.
I think
at
the
that
STS
time.
still looks wild today.
Oh, that's fair. I feel like saying it looks wild is one thing, but I just feel like I don't know why when I look at the car, the Gallardo just turns me off. Like something about it. It just
A base Gallardo does not touch a base 458.
no, it doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't touch a base 458. It doesn't touch a base Huracan. Obviously, dude, I would even take maybe an F430 Ferrari, even though the predecessor to the
What it really is?
was it predecessor?
Predecessor? That's the right word?
That's the right word, right?
Yeah.
Ethos. Okay, predecessor to the 458. Like it just doesn't.
The 430?
The F430. Like an F430 versus a Gallardo, I'm taking an F430.
Really?
I'm taking a
I'm
California.
taking a Gallardo.
I'm taking California.
That's wild.
Now that's where the line is drawn.
That's a wild take.
That's a wild take. I think if we were to put that out, I think you'd be surprised. A lot of people would take a California over a Gallardo.
Like the first California?
Like I'm not even a T. I'm
Yeah,
not even going
you're talking
there.
about the
I'm
first
talking about a
California.
California. Give me a black on black, triple black, red calipers, California over any Gallardo. Even
Any
a
Gallardo?
Super Leggera, whatever the heck you want to call it. A 2014 Super Leggera, that thing.
Super Trofeo Stradale?
Give me a California
STS?
over that.
All right, I'm gonna
Every day of the week.
I'm gonna post an STS.
Please throw it up. I would love it. You know why? Because I feel like people are either going to agree with me or they're going to look at my perspective and be like, I think he's wrong just because he's wrong.
Black and black, California versus an STS. Put it up.
It's got to be triple black red calipers though. Like I'm picturing one in my head. If it's not that, then I wouldn't take it. It's got to be a triple black red calipers.
Triple black, red calipers.
Triple black.
We can
Like-
find that. That's easy.
Murdered out red calipers, yellow Ferrari badges, whatever. Any interior. You can even give me old man interior.
Yeah.
But I would take that over Gallardo.
Well, the windows are gonna be blacked out. You're not even gonna see.
Yeah, exactly. You won't even see inside.
But and I'm gonna put it up against an STS.
That's fine.
You'll take that bet.
I will take that bet. Watch. You watch.
All right. We'll see. We'll see what happens.
All right. You guys heard it here first.
I'll even give you the likes. Like for the
All right,
California.
then I'm for sure winning. Then are you kidding
Like
me?
for the Ferrari California. Comment
Comment.
for the STS. Get in there and comment
Yes.
right now because you know this STS
Yes.
looks better than the California.
Share for the algorithm.
Yes.
Like and subscribe.
That too. Yeah. Do all the things.
Yeah,
for it.
all the above.
But so we're jumping to the new Huracan.
Yes.
If
Is there
that's
a name?
what we'll call it.
Is there a name?
I haven't seen any.
I haven't
names.
seen anything either for.
I haven't
a
seen
name.
any names.
I hope they don't come up with something stupid like Rivielto or something like that. Give me something that like that's like reasonable.
Yeah. Give me something better than that.
Yeah, like Huracan, like Aventador. I don't know, something about it. It's like the name even sticks.
I can just say it. Revuelto, I feel like I
Yeah.
gotta prepare to say it.
That's what I'm saying. Like I feel like I had like the fact that I'm even saying it this much on the pod is crazy because like if I mess up, I'll get clipped in and it's over. Rivielto. Rivelto. Is it Rivelto or Rivielto?
Rivielto.
That's whatever, dude. These Italians, man. Whatever.
Yeah.
But honestly,
We say how we need to.
exactly. How do you feel about the whole like redesign change with like the motor and what their direction that they're saying? Because again, this is technically all alleged. No, technically,
Technically.
even though we're probably it's pretty damn safe to say, but it's
alleged. Yeah.
alleged.
What I'll say is Lamborghini pretty much almost always delivers. So
Okay.
every time there's been a new reveal, other than maybe the Urus, it's been like that works.
What do you mean other than the Urus?
The Urus was
Urus.
just like there was just so much more potential to be had.
In
And,
terms of what?
like I like it, don't get me wrong.
You talking about the car?
Yeah.
What do you mean? There's more potential to be had? Explain. You got to expand on this idea.
It could look more Lamborghini. They could make that car and make it look more Lamborghini.
In what way?
Anyway,
Well, how does it not already look Lamborghini?
it's just not Lamborghini enough.
It's an SUV.
I know.
They can't friggin' make it 2 inches off the ground. And like the Aventador, the part of the reason the design is so crazy is because it's 2 inches off the damn, or not even, it's like a half inch off the damn ground.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. I like the
The whole point, it needs the room, like the space, even that, just the center of gravity, the wheelbase. Like they have a set that they have to stick to.
I get you. I understand. Don't get me off topic. We're talking about this new Huracan.
All right,
He wants to rip me down the Urus path.
sorry. Go ahead.
You love that car, don't you?
How does everybody in LA afford Urus? But whatever. Go ahead. Go back to the
Yeah, there's a
topic.
special connection. It was the first car that made us viral.
Exactly.
So we'll take it.
Hit me.
No, but I don't. They always deliver. So in your mind, they always deliver.
I'll give you that.
When the Aventador came out, when the Huracan came out,
Yep.
when this Revelto like finally released, like
That's the only one they missed, in my opinion. But
You
that's
think it
another
was a
topic.
miss?
I'm more so mad at the fact that they're not like you can't get one. It's not like I could get.
but
I
the
could
actual
afford
design
one.
of the car.
It's decent.
Don't blame the market.
No, that's fair.
because you can't get
I
one.
mean, I'm not blaming the market. I'm blaming Lambo.
People weren't buying
Lambo created the market.
Yeah, but people weren't buying cars. What they created the market by making too good of cars.
They created the market by making a scarcity of,
They
of
dropped the-
vehicles, plus the way that they do their allocations. They turned into damn Ferrari. We went over this already. They turned into Ferrari.
I think they made more Aventadors than like any Ferrari model.
That's what I'm saying. That's the whole point. They made so many cars. Why are they not doing that with the Revelto? They gave everybody their first licks. The car sold out till 2026.
Because they can only make so many. There's that many people that want the Revelto.
That's fair. But still, man.
They probably have like 10,000 deposits on that car.
It's not. It's just. I don't think. Okay, no. There's no way they have 10,000 deposits on that.
I wouldn't be surprised.
I don't know, man. I feel like also a lot of people are a lot of talk. Like, yeah, I want it. Boom. They throw
Right.
the deposit, and then when nut crunching time comes,
Exactly.
they're like, ooh.
It's a good idea right now. There's some
Yeah,
extra money
exactly.
right now, and then 2 years go by, and it's like, ooh, I don't
Like,
really have
this
that
is
money anymore.
completely off topic, and I'm sorry if you're gonna get mad at me for going this off topic, but it popped in my brain, so I'm just gonna say this nugget, and we'll go back.
Go ahead.
Like the whole like Tesla Cybertruck thing.
Yeah.
Do you remember how that started?
What do you mean?
They like when they advertised the car for the first time, it was like $100 because the one thing about
$100
Tesla,
deposit?
Tesla as a company, when you buy the car, the initial quote unquote like deposit to begin the order is super minimal.
Mm-hmm.
Like I think it's a $50 or $100 normally on like the Model 3, and it might get up to like $1,000 for the Model X.
Yeah.
Cybertruck was $100, and they were advertising the Cybertruck back like right before COVID. So like not only was it crazy futuristic, but like what they were deeming the performance to be back then, people were like $100 and I can get on the list. $100.
Right.
Now, some financial advice for you guys. Tesla is
Not financial advice.
yeah, my bad. Sorry. That's fair. So I got to get my license. Tesla is now predicting this fourth quarter deliveries for the Cybertruck. They're projecting a certain amount of number based on their pre-order list because they had so many influx of $100 pre-orders, quote unquote. I guarantee you, and this is somebody coming from that loves the company Tesla and is invested type thing. You know what I mean? They are going to, I guarantee you, I think 50% is aggressive, but like let's say even 30% of those pre-orders, when it comes time to, you need to put this money up so that we can deliver your car, they're not coming through.
Oh, for sure.
I guarantee you. Maybe, I don't even know if I'm being like wild to say 50%, but like, or even tone it down to 30.
I don't think so either.
I don't think that's crazy.
No.
So like, I'm not saying that I don't
They don't
want
really
the company
care.
to flop.
They had they
Think of how
got their
genius
money.
they were. In 2019, they raised all that money just from these $100 pre-orders.
Yeah.
Think about that. And now people are going to talk about getting their cars 5 years later.
What they get, like 100 million people?
I don't know the
$100
amount.
million dollars?
I don't know the amount, but I imagine it's probably something crazy. What's 100,000 times 100? Well, I don't know why I can't do that math in my head.
100,000 times 100
Yeah.
is 10 million.
10 million. So even if they raise $10 million, they just raised $10 million in 2019 for nothing. Not for nothing, but like for the funds and promise you'll get the car. That's a genius strategy. It's like when I was talking about Apple. Apple has like over billion something users. Every time they up the iCloud storage by $1, everybody looks at it and goes, it's only $1. It's fine.
Yeah.
They just made $1 billion like this. They just created it out of thin air. They're the damn Federal Reserve at this point. They just printed money all by going, all right, now your 2 terabyte iCloud is now $199, not $999. Sorry, we're way off topic. Back to the Huracan.
But what do you think? The new one. You've seen it?
I've seen the spy photos. I think
The hood makes me nervous.
what makes me nervous is like the Revelto was a little bit of like in my opinion, like a toned down look compared to the Aventador.
Toned down look? The
think,
Revelto?
You think the Revelto is more aggressive looking than an Aventador?
Yes.
What planet are you living
They
on?
made the Revelto look like a spaceship.
What the hell does the damn Aventador look like?
The Aventador is way more clean than the
No,
Revelto.
bro. The Aventador's body lines and like aggressive, the way that
I take the Aventador over the Revelto, I think, still.
So would I. But I'm saying that the aggressive look, the look of the car.
Yeah.
The Aventador looks like the spaceship that conquered the Revelto, is what it looks like.
Okay.
Like that civilization conquered that other civilization. Okay.
All right.
In my opinion, now again, maybe I'm crazy. This new Huracan, again, looks like another toned down version than the current Huracan. Like take a Huracan like an Evo, that aggressive look, or STO, or a Performante. Take that look and compare it to it. Yeah, it might have like.
But you're
more,
taking the Performante, and then this is going to be like, this is the base.
That's what I'm saying.
The next
Okay,
one.
that's fair. That's very fair. But like think about all like the way the exhaust is designed, all the cuts and like all the inlets that they're making in the aero. In my opinion, it just looks a little bit more like boxed out where like it should have been like where they should have had like maybe not canards, but like a nice spoiler and an aggressive front end. It's a little more rounded and boxy look.
Yeah, we'll see.
That's true. It's the spy thing.
Did you see the back where like you could see almost the whole back tire because the
way that the back end is so lifted up.
Yeah.
I actually like
specifically above the tires.
That's what I'm saying.
It's like cut out behind the tires, so you like see
like how
back
thick
of
the tires are.
Yeah, it's pretty.
That's what I'm saying.
It's pretty wild.
You
look.
can see the tires. It looks cool, but at the same time, the car looks higher because of it.
I see.
Remember, I was explaining the whole concept of like
from
lowering the car. Now it looks higher in the back.
Yeah.
Thus making it look, in my opinion, less aggressive.
Right. It looks more like the Batmobile tank from the back.
Yeah, exactly.
You can see the wheels.
Like what's the dang car that they debuted that I thought was like the biggest joke in the world? The sedan.
Yeah, I don't. At this point, I don't remember the name.
You know what I'm talking
it's not
about?
Even worth remembering.
Remember how high that car looked?
Yeah.
Like that has more of that look to it than it does an aggressive, low aeroed car.
Yeah.
That's more so what I mean by like I'm worried that they're toning down the design instead of cranking that Lamborghini crazy look out.
Well, they're toning down the engine, V10 to V8.
I don't know how that's going to be. I mean, I feel like I know for a fact everybody's going in that direction.
Because obviously a V8 can be good.
It can, absolutely. Dude, even
I
a
didn't mean to
V6,
interrupt
and
you.
I'm someone that doesn't like V6s, but even V6s can be crazy.
Yeah.
But the whole thing is now everyone's going away from the whole like traditional, like either naturally aspirated motor, and they're doing either a hybrid. I think hybrid system is like the only way that people are going to go from now on.
Yeah.
Like Revelto.
But you can still have
Ferraris.
naturally aspirated with hybrid.
You can.
Yeah.
I think
That's the
that's-
Revelto.
The Revelto's naturally aspirated.
Naturally aspirated V12
And it's pushing
with
over like
hybrid,
1,000,
two
right?
electric motors. Yeah, yeah.
Is there ability to turn it on and off?
I don't know.
Because I was watching a clip from the Ferrari 296, the GTB. They have literally like a switch on the steering wheel that you can literally completely go from all motor to all electric or like combination.
If I got to carry the extra weight, I probably want to leave the electric on.
No, that's fair. That's fair. But I think that's like that is going to be the next 10-year design.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to see like a lot of advancements in the combination of like motor plus electric motors or hybrid setup.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Because that's like going to be, that's the only way cars are going to be able to put that much power down and get off. Like this whole like 2 point whatever era we're in, 0 to 60, the only way that that's going to continue to go faster is the more electrified things can become.
Yeah.
Because you can't put that much power down.
Do we need to go faster?
No, we don't. Bro, in LA, now this is another thing for people who live in Southern California, okay? If you have a nice car and your car's 0 to 60, whatever, 0 to 60 might be get away with it, but people who talk about top speed cars and live here in Southern California is a joke to me. Bro, no matter where you go or what time, I mean, obviously in the middle of the night when you're doing hoodlum stuff, maybe you can go 160 miles an hour on the freeway, but anywhere from 6 a.m. to 8 p.m. anywhere in Southern California, there's not enough room to go fast.
Yeah.
Like I may get up to like 80, 90, and then I'm already like, there's traffic.
Yeah, it's all about the stoplight.
That's what I'm saying. It's all about the acceleration.
Yep.
That's the only thing that matters now. That's it. And then by the time I'm in third gear,
we're
I'm
braking.
like I'm dying down. Exactly. Yep. Which I also don't mind that noise either. But like, there's no point.
Stoplight driving. That's the point.
That's the point.
But no point in the top speed.
No
yeah.
point in top speed. So like, again, a lot of people talk about like, wow, this car's top speed is 212 versus 205. You're never going to go
Yeah, I don't really
205
understand
or
the purpose of
212.
that.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're to be even to be going 150 miles an hour for people who've never driven that fast, which I feel like there are people who haven't. Because like for us, I say 150 and like, I don't know about you, but like, that's not like uberly fast. That's fast. That's like ridiculous. Like you'll kill yourself. But like I've been faster. When you're going 150, people forget that you could literally slow down by 50 miles per hour and still be going 100 miles an hour. You get that?
Yeah.
Like, so when you're driving and you look up and you see cars in the distance at 150, people don't realize how fast those cars will come. You'll come up to those cars at 150. Like you can literally slow down 50 miles per hour and still be going 100.
Yeah.
Like, so what's the point of doing that? Like, there's not even enough space. Now I feel like I'm just ranting about like safety at this.
Something that doesn't even matter.
That's what I'm saying.
Who's doing it? They're not here.
I don't know.
There's nowhere to do it here.
There's nowhere to do it. It's all again. It's only like 2 a.m.
Yeah, you got to go out to the desert.
Yeah, you got to go out to like Palmdale type.
Yeah. And maybe you're in a closed course
or
and,
Victorville type.
and someone's you know there's
exactly
people are in the know. I don't know.
Yeah, you Victorville, you'll see a hay bale and a couple 4.2s houses, and then that's it.
Don't go do it. And none of those people are pushing 200. That's for sure.
Yeah,
no one has a car.
Those cars, those
that pushes
those
200.
Those JDM bolts will just
Most of the people that can afford a car that goes over 200 are smart enough not to drive the car over 200.
Exactly. Especially like on a street.
Especially on a public road.
Don't get me wrong. Like I have friends that will rent out like raceways and stuff like that, Laguna Seca and all that stuff like that, and have crazy times and go crazy fast. But again, that's supervised with safety and the right way to do it.
I would go 200 on like a strip.
Exactly. So would I.
That'd be
but
fun.
I'm not going 200 on the 405 South at 3 in the morning.
Not a chance.
Yeah, exactly.
Not a even
end up like Henry Ruggs.
No, not a chance. I'm not even doing it like in the desert.
I wouldn't do it either.
That's freaking me out.
No, absolutely. Yo, people don't realize a rock hits your windshield at that speed. A rock, like we're talking like a pebble hits your windshield at that speed. Your windshield gone, destroyed.
Yeah,
imagine this:
sure.
you're driving at that speed, and again, people.
Where's a rock hitting your windshield though? If you're like driving 200 in the middle of the night on a highway.
Okay, first off, anywhere in the desert, you know how much debris are on those roads. Those are
in front of you to kick it up.
You're kicking it up. Who knows what's kicking it up? Wind. You know how the winds are out there?
A raccoon runs in the street.
Dude, do you know how fast the winds are out there?
There's a lot of things that can go bad.
The winds, the desert, when it's cold at night in the desert, it's cold.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of wind. When you're going that fast, any of the wind?
Crosswind?
Yeah, whatever
that'd
it
be
is.
dangerous.
Bro, you act like I'm crazy for saying that rocks hit your windshield. Like even a bug going that fast, the splatter of a bug could...
Pretty much anything going that fast is not great.
That's what I'm saying.
So be careful out there.
We're so far off topic.
You don't have PPF? Oh.
Yeah, for real. What are you doing? This is a whole different thing.
Last thing about the and this is even the Revuelto too, but the new Huracan, it seemed like it's got the same thing.
Hit me.
The back, like hood cover, no window. It's just open to the engine.
That open
Did you notice
area,
that?
I think it's all just to get heat out, dude.
You think so?
They're like, screw the design look and everything. Like, we need efficiency, and if we're gonna push this motor to the limits, heat needs to be able to escape. Like again,
and so they're like, we're just not gonna cover.
Yeah, might as well let the air just literally just flow out, and it's constant too. And I think the aerodynamics of it.
Are people going to be stealing oil caps?
They might. They might be stealing oil caps and engine covers.
There's going to be a.
I don't even know if it has an engine cover.
There's going to be a recall for oil caps on the Revuelto.
The amount
we got to put a lockable
oil caps we're going to see from companies.
We got to invent a lockable oil cap.
Yep, there it is. $1 million idea.
Patent it.
Locked
trademark it right
oil
now.
cap.
Copyright it right now. Yeah.
We'll sell it to all 1,000 of the people who own the car.
Yep. All 10,000 after a couple of years.
Yeah. Who knows? Or the way they're making them, all 12 in 10 years. Whatever.
Well, I think hopefully they deliver. I think they probably will because for me they typically do. Even with the, I mean, you already know how good a flat plane V8 can be.
That I do. That I do.
I'd probably still like a naturally aspirated V12 myself, but
yeah, so would I, man. But
it is what it is.
400 bands is 400 bands. Okay, my bad. You can get an F12, which is an NA V12 for today's market, huh?
220. 250?
250 is safe. Yeah. Average is 250.
Good one, 250.
You could find deals at 220, but you're also in like the lower, or the older, higher mileage vehicles. Yeah. If you want a good, solid one that you're like, I don't have to worry when I'm buying this, 250.
250.
So if you want to cough up 250, then by all means. Not saying that the 458 is that much of a difference.
Yeah.
It's maybe like I would say market value, talking about $50,000, but when you get that high, like it's $50,000. I mean, I guess $50,000, $50,000, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, exactly.
Whatever.
Man, some of the options are crazy.
On what?
On just all the cars.
Just cars in general?
Yeah, I saw a video on one of the options on a new car coming out.
Dude, you're such an options guy too. For people who don't know this is a tidbit in Gavin's like personal like joys. I've never met anybody in my life that enjoys a good configurator more than Gavin McDaniel. There is nobody on this earth that I know enjoys a good configurator than Gavin McDaniel.
It's fun to dream, man.
Am I lying?
Am I lying? Since I was kidding. No, you're not lying.
Okay, exactly. You act like you weren't in every business class we had together on the configurator. I would look and I'd be like, this dude's on. Why is he customizing an event?
You know, Spotify Wrapped, how it's like, you're in top 1% of listeners. The Lamborghini configurator, if they had a Wrapped, it would be like, you're a top 1% user.
Telling you, I would literally look at him like, dude, we're trying to learn about like international import exports, and you're out here designing our Aventor. I was paying attention to your screen more than the damn professor.
Easier to do.
Yeah. But I think this is a good time we can finally segue over to spec check. What do you think?
Yeah,
I think we've been super off topic and just talking about randomness, but I love it. I love when we get having these little side conversations.
Okay, up first.
Oh, wow. Today I'm getting a raw look at these guys. I wanted to get surprised.
Yeah,
with
I
this.
picked these 3 this week, and
this hits the heart,
Joe
though.
hasn't even seen them. So
This
these
hits
are
the-
these are live looks. I'm gonna get to the next like here. Right now we've got a purple
This hits the
Countach.
heart, though, dude.
The new Countach.
Yeah.
You said this is what?
This hits the heart for me. That's the problem.
Because it's the Countach.
Yeah,
It's
like I've been
conflicting,
weirdly,
huh?
Yeah, I've been weirdly into the Countach lately. So like normally I would say this purple makes me want to throw up, but the fact that it's a Countach, it's like I can't hate it. Like I love this car so much.
I love this car too. This car, I think this car is like near perfect.
That's what I'm saying. Like I'm telling you, I have a weird like
Some people
interest with this
try to hate
lately.
on it.
Like this car is unreal to me, dude. Like it's perfect.
Yeah.
Maybe it's a you know what it is? I'm a big Wolf of Wall Street guy. So like that the original Countach in that scene is it bronze wheels? Go back to the wheels. Oh, never mind. I'm out.
You're out.
I'm out.
Purple on bronze.
The car. I'm out. I can't do it, dude. Bronze wheels, purple and bronze. First off, bronze wheels is not a good look. Okay, I'm tired of this bronze
thought
wheels.
you liked
trend.
the bronze wheels.
Bronze wheels from time to time, fine, but it's overdone now. Everybody's throwing bronze wheels on every color set. Can we not do this anymore? Like, just get some chrome BBSs and be normal. Like, I'm done, or some 4Gs or something, whatever.
Bronze stripe on the window.
That's what I'm saying. You're talking
Mirror?
about you're matching body trim to wheels now.
What do you think about red calipers with purple? That's the one thing I'm
And
off on
if they
this.
had black gloss wheels, it would work.
Yellow
You're talking about
calipers.
bronze wheels, red calipers, and purple body style.
I think I put yellow calipers with the purple, or like
I would too.
acid green, or the highlighter green. It'd be kind of cool with
Dude,
purple.
you have such a weird taste in cars. I love it.
How about this? They lose me on the interior though. We got purple and red. This is like
No,
the
but it
TCU.
matches the calipers. I'm telling you, dude, throw gloss
TCU
black
special.
wheels on this car, the spec would work for me. But the bronze wheels, like it just, again, they're doing too much. Just keep it simple. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Like, why are we trying to do too much with
Look
these
at that
damn
profile
cars?
though.
Yeah, that car looks so damn good. How much are these things going for? Like upwards of $1 million, no?
Over that.
Over that, right?
Yeah.
Damn.
They only made like, I don't know exactly, 100 something. They didn't make very
Is
many.
this in Singapore?
I don't know.
It says right there. I think it says it there.
Singapore.
Roaming the street of Singapore. Okay, that makes sense. Then the spec is normal.
I think this is beautiful. Purple on bronze, you already know. That's
Yeah, I know.
like
That's a
Gavin's.
Gavin special.
That's the Gavin special. We
That-
start with
you know how many
something
times
for
I've
me.
seen that configurator? Purple with bronze wheels.
Yeah, that's pretty much always what I end up
What the heck
doing.
is this?
No matter how much I mess around in a configurator, I always end up on purple and bronze.
Dude, what the heck is this?
We've got a red 812 Competición
This is what I imagine Ronald McDonald
with
drives
the
on
yellow
weekends.
with like a yellow lips.
This is literally Ronald McDonald's
This
weekend
is the
car.
Ronald McDonald spec.
Bro, what is this?
And then a blue and yellow interior.
Oh my gosh. What is this? This is damn near like the McDonald's spec. Oh my gosh.
McDonald's.
They literally have
They put a
McDonald's
Happy
on the
Meal
car.
on it,
This
yeah.
is a McDonald's spec. Because what's the dang character that's like blue in there? Like the blue burglar? What do they call him for the McDonald's side, people?
Oh, I don't know.
You don't know the names?
There's a blue thing on
There's a
McDonald's?
blue thing. If I'm not mistaken, okay, I'm also an ex-fat kid, so like I know McDonald's a lot better than most people do. They have a purple dude that I forgot the damn name, but he just had a shake. Okay, that's the fact. I hate the fact that I know this so much. I
Shake.
didn't want to be talking about this. I want people to know how much I like McDonald's. But I like McDonald's. But they had a purple shake themed. There's a blue guy, and then there's damn Ronald McDonald.
Grimace.
Grimace is the name of the purple guy?
Yeah.
There it is. A Grimace shake. So there's
just
another
hit me.
There's another guy, he's a burglar.
Out of nowhere. I don't know where that came from.
There's another guy, he's a burglar. He's like in a blue, he's blue bodied, but he's got like a burglar suit on.
Yeah.
This is literally like what the spec is like probably
I didn't even
based
know
off
who
of.
I didn't even know who you were talking about at first. How did Grimace even?
What? I was naming the McDonald's characters.
Yeah, I know.
I got off topic. I started talking about McDonald's and I just got off topic. That's on me.
How about this blue boy?
The blue is crazy. The blue
The
is
interior.
crazy.
Would you rock this interior with the IKEA interior with like a white spec?
See, now that you just said the IKEA thing, it's throwing me off because I didn't even think about that.
How about
I was
LA
like,
Rams?
this is classic Ferrari. Okay, we're a little bit better there.
You a Rams fan? The
Yeah.
Rams interior.
No, this is clean though. But
with the-
dude, just is this
red
is this a
and the
wrap?
yellow lips?
Is this a wrap?
No,
This has to be a wrap.
I think this is real, dude. People
Oh,
do some
go to the
stuff.
door. Go to with the open door. I mean, they could have just wrapped the jams, but nah,
I
this
don't
is
think
paint,
this is a
dude.
wrap.
Yeah, this is paint. Yeah, this is paint.
This is, you know what this is? This
Dude,
is like the
so bad.
this is their F1 colors.
What, the red and the yellow?
Yeah, like this matte red, this matte rosso
Yeah,
is what
but they
they
normally
rock
don't
in
do
F1.
this much yellowed accents. What is the hood? Is this like supposed to be like a speciale?
This is the A12 Competición. It's like the
Competition.
it's like the the performance variant of the A12. Have you not seen these?
I haven't seen these, to be honest with you.
Wow, you've been tapped out.
I've been super damn tapped out.
Yeah, so you know the F12 TDF.
What? The F12 what?
It's like the Speciale version of the F12.
But say it again. It's the F12 what?
TDF.
TDF? What does it stand for?
Tour de France, I think.
Tour de France. No, but I haven't seen it.
You haven't seen the TDF? Okay.
How crazy is it?
They're. I mean, they look good. That's for sure.
All right. Well, again, Ronald McDonald or not, this is a dumb looking car. But whatever.
Imagine spending $1 million on a car.
Dude, there's no
and
way this is a
speccing
spec,
it like
bro.
this.
There's no way this is a legit spec.
This is a legit
Bro,
spec.
nobody would do this. I cannot imagine somebody being like, "This is exactly what I want." This is a body kit.
No, this is the A12 Competition.
This is how Ferrari makes this thing out the damn factory.
Yes.
With that, the way that rear, the exhaust, and everything.
Yeah.
Dude, there's no way. There's no way. There's no way.
You want me to show you?
I mean, kinda. Am I this tapped out?
Yeah, these have been out for a while.
That's what I'm saying. It's an F12. I know the years and stuff like that, but or it's an A12. Sorry.
Yeah, the 812 Competition.
There it is. This is actually a decent looking car. It's just a spec. This is a good looking car. It's just a spec. Spec is disgusting.
How about that spec?
That's a really good looking one.
Black on yellow.
Yeah, that's beautiful. This is ridiculous, dude. This is absolutely ridiculous.
What?
Yeah.
That these exist and you don't know?
No, the spec, the Ronald McDonald one, that one, the Ronald McDonald spec. This is damn ridiculous. Tell you, you know what it means, in my opinion. Some people just weren't meant to have cars.
How about the clean white?
I'm a big white guy. Not literally, but you know what I mean.
You are kind of a big white guy.
I'm also physically a big white guy, but you know what I mean.
All right, you want to check out the last one?
Yeah, let's hit me with this last one. This one better be good, Gavin, or I'm gonna lose my shit.
If it's bad?
Yeah.
What do you think? You think I picked a bad one for you at the end or a good one?
I think you picked a bad one for me at the end.
You think so?
I feel you wanted to grind my gears. It's so beautiful. Click on it. Please click on it.
I had to slip one good one in for you. I had to give you something.
Is this the one of 63 edition? Yes, it is. Yeah. Yes, it is. This is beautiful.
1.6 mil.
You're telling me that doesn't look more aggressive than the new Revelto?
Well, this is the top of the top.
Bro, I don't care. It's
You think
more aggressive.
you think the Revelto SVJ isn't going to look absolutely insane?
We don't know what it's going to look like.
It's going to look insane.
This looks freaking bonkers.
This does look bonkers.
Bro, a base Aventador looks crazier than Revelto in my opinion.
Really?
A base Aventador. Like
you
can give me a 2012 lime green base Aventador, I would take that over a brand new Revelto.
All right. That's fair.
Come at me.
I think it's a fair take.
Thank you.
Well, how about this?
No, the interior really is really what does it over me.
Yeah, this is incredible, huh?
I'm such a freaking fan of red interior, man.
Oh, I love red interior. And the red Alcantara, the whole thing, dripped out even the steering wheel.
Steering wheel, dude. Oh my goodness, the steering wheel is insane.
Yeah, this interior is pretty much perfect.
Yeah, this might be my new car. Like if I could have one ultimate choice, like this specific spec, or honestly, I would make it white, but that's my personal preference. But this looks unreal.
I don't think I've seen this much red Alcantara in an interior before.
No, I don't think so. Alcantara is the catch there.
That is the catch.
Because they have
definitely
the
key.
Zeos, or the GM has the red dripped interior that I'm a huge fan of now. But that's like leather.
Yeah. There's plenty of all red interiors.
Right.
I'm talking about all red Alcantara.
This is just on another level. Another level, dude. Even that saying, look at even the back wall, bro. It's so beautiful.
And then
you can't go wrong with
the matte black.
You can't go wrong
with the red accents.
You can't go wrong with this.
You can't go wrong picking all black.
No, you can't. It's impossible.
If you're ever just worried about just messing up your spec, get black on black with a red interior.
Exactly. It's murdered out.
Murdered out, red interior.
You're fine.
You did fine.
You did fine.
You made no mistakes.
Yep. Get a good window tint, and you're fine. You can't do anything wrong.
This is like an underhand pitch down the middle. Smack that one out.
I don't know, man. It's
gone forever.
Seeing this kind of stuff, man, just makes me sad to see with the next generation of Lamborghini. Honestly, I hope they prove me wrong. I really hope that Lamborghini just shocks me with this new gen cars they're going to come out with. But in my opinion, it's kind of like going back, not to talk about Tesla so dang much, but like when Teslas first came out, the biggest knock on them was like, there's no noise. Like it's a nerdy car. Like it's so techie, this and that. Like, not that saying that Lamborghini and Ferrari and all the brands are like going in that direction, but like, if I had to say, like, they took a step closer that way. Instead of going like, okay, when you see an Aventador SV pull up, who do you think is driving it? Like, if you had to just see the car and just guess, who do you think is driving it?
In a base Aventador?
No, Aventador SV. Like, name the type of person that'd be driving an Aventador SV. Like, who comes to mind?
A younger person?
Okay. When you see a Ferrari F12.
We played this game last week.
That's what I'm saying.
Older
Like,
person.
Yes, I feel like all the brands are moving towards like a little bit like of a numbed, like rounded, like I don't know, less aggressive type of look versus leaning into like the crazy design. At least for what I think is like on trend in today's world.
Yeah.
Like I thought the crazier design was more the trend. I feel like people are more so going for like this like rounded. Like, okay, take the way the Revuelto looks, and I feel like this is a really stupid comparison, and maybe I'm really wild for even comparing this, but like even the new Z06, they made that car more aggressive looking. Like that's the most aggressive looking Corvette they've ever made in existence. This Revuelto, even this Huracan thing, is not the most aggressive looking car they've ever made.
Okay.
Is that a fair statement?
I don't know that I agree with it, but
Okay. All right. Whatever. That's fair. I feel like you're fair and you're entitled to your opinion, even though it's wrong.
I feel the same for you.
Oh, man.
We're done with spec check. You want a draft?
We have a draft this episode?
The drafts are kind of fun, you know?
I'm a huge fan.
I enjoy the draft. You enjoy the draft. Hopefully they enjoy the draft.
What's the draft this week, Gavin?
I don't know if it's going to be boring. We just talked about Lamborghini for a long time, so who cares? But SUVs.
Nothing we do is boring. So
SUVs. Performance SUVs.
Performance SUVs.
Performance SUVs.
I feel like this could be viewed a lot of different ways because I feel like this is such a wide variety topic. There's a lot.
There's a lot of different performance SUVs, and we're just picking 3 each.
Yep.
And it's just like you're trying to draft the 3 best.
That's it.
Yeah, they all play the same position.
Yep.
You're trying to get
whatever you think the best is, opinion based the best.
Exactly.
We'll throw it up, obviously, and we'll let them vote on who had a better list, like we did last time. But
whose list is better, mine or Joe's? You don't even know it yet. We're gonna flip a coin. I'm flipping a coin. You're calling it. Are you ready this time?
Call it.
You tell me when you're ready.
I'm ready.
Flipping on the top of the hand.
Go. Heads.
Heads.
Let's go, baby. That's what I'm
First
talking
pick.
about.
First pick.
That was a risk.
Joe Murph.
That was a risk. All right. Pick number 1, and this is going to be like probably the most disappointing pick of all, but like I just have to take it because I think it's insane not to. I'm going to go with the Tesla Model X Plaid.
Are you serious?
I'm so serious. I feel like hate me for that, but I have to.
I would. Well, you wasted your first pick because that's definitely not what I was picking for my first one.
Go ahead. Let's hear it.
Since I get first,
now I'm putting the pressure on you. What are you deeming the best one?
well, some of it's just strategic because is what I'm deeming the best one even what you would pick for number 2?
That's what I'm saying. So I'm putting the pressure on you. What direction are you going?
Urus Performante.
That's fair. It's a very fair pick. I feel like that's the trendy pick. That's what they want you to pick. The Model X Plaid is what nobody wants me to pick. But that's the true best pick. But anyways.
But yet you want them to choose who's got the best list, and you're gonna choose the top.
No, I want them to pick me, but I already know that no one's gonna pick my list because everyone hates me for whatever reason. But it is what it is. I think that's a good first pick, though.
Is it for whatever reason, or is it just because you have questionable taste in cars?
I have questionable taste in cars.
Okay.
I'm coming from the guy that likes Mansory, so that's fair.
At least you can admit it.
The first step is acceptance.
It is.
All right.
It's the only way we can move forward. You're on pick 2.
Pick 2 for me. And can I pick cars that hasn't even really debuted?
What is that? Like, what do you mean?
Like it's out, but like it's not really that out.
Yeah, that's fine.
I'll do the Puro Sangue.
I don't know how I forgot that. That's for sure my number 1 pick.
I hope I said it right. Quote me. The Puro Sangue, right?
Pretty much.
That's close.
Bless you.
Yeah, thank you.
Puro.
It's whatever it is. Yeah, the sandwich, whatever it is. I think that would be now,
Italian
especially
club.
going a drastic from the Model X Plaid to that. That's a top 2 duo.
That's a great
Kobe and Shaq.
That was a
type of
great
duo.
pick. I don't know how I missed that.
Yeah, it's all right.
I wasn't even on. Probably because they're not like on the road yet.
That's why I was really thinking.
It didn't enter my mind, but I think that is fair game.
Thank you. I appreciate
They pretty much are hitting. They are on the roads in some
They are.
places.
It just we just don't see them that often.
And that's my number 1, no doubt. If I could pick anything.
Let's hear it.
Number 2 for me is going to be the DBX 707.
Dang, that's
Aston Martin.
That's a good pick, Gavin. That's a damn good pick, Gavin.
Everyone that drives that car says it's amazing.
It's got like 7-something horsepower, no?
Yeah, 707.
And I'm a big fan of the design.
I think their biggest problem is getting people in the car.
Yeah, because the price tag on that thing, dude, that thing's like 300 plus.
No.
I mean, no.
Not 300 plus.
What is it?
They low 2s.
No way.
220 to 240 for a new one.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm tapped out of that market.
I'm telling you.
Maybe I'm just talking out of my ass. But still.
220 to 240.
Then that's pretty damn.
Like,
I feel like that's
you
value.
can get a new one for like what you're paying for a 15,000 mile Urus. I'm pretty sure.
That's probably, that's fair. I mean, Urus is also ridiculous. I don't know why those prices are still okay.
Because I'm telling you, dude, people like no one goes and drives it. So many people don't know it even exists. They don't know how crazy it is, and then they don't drive it. The people that have driven it that I've seen say it's like insane.
What's the number one rule, baby? Never buy a car without driving.
Never buy a car without driving it.
Never buy a car without driving.
And Aston Martin's the hardest, the biggest struggle they're having is sticking someone in the seat.
I feel like it's also it's like how many dealerships are gonna let you test drive a car like that? Good dealerships.
They would let you test drive that car because they can't sell them.
Hot topic, okay? Hot topic. And this is, or maybe a controversial topic, okay? Good car dealerships will let you test drive the car no matter the value. Obviously, if we're getting in ridiculous territory, you probably won't be able to without a couple certain things. Most places, I would say cars under 300, most places, if they have it on their showroom or they have it on their lot, will let you test drive it if they're a good dealership. If they want to move volume and they want to make money, they will let you test drive it. Places that don't, in my opinion, the correlation, they're not usually good dealers.
Yeah.
Just because of the fact, like, okay, for example, I'll tell you.
You have to carry yourself a certain way still, though.
That's fair, obviously. I couldn't walk in there.
Not just anyone is walking in and driving a $200,000 car.
That's fair. Obviously that. If you have to, but again, it's a part of the game. It's a part of the chess match. People, we could probably have a whole episode on how to buy a car. Because I feel like I'm a pretty decent expert about how to buy a car when it comes to
we should talk about
the tips and tricks and stuff like that. Maybe we'll segue that after this. But let me just this one little snippet. This is a personal story of mine. Mm-hmm. Before I got the Ferrari, and as we've talked about here, and as I've told you before, I was in the market for that price range car. Okay, my first choice was a McLaren GT. First choice. Okay, and they had a very good aggressively priced one, or not aggressively priced one, a very good spec that was not terribly priced, out in like Westco, and at a Mercedes dealer in Westco. So I went there in hopes to just look at the car because I was not super familiar with it. Like I have seen a couple of them. My buddies have had a couple of them. I've heard different mixed things. So my whole goal was just to, I guess, like begin the manifest of the car, like going, putting my eyes on it, maybe just sitting in it, creating the beginning of like, could I see myself getting this?
Yeah, just feeling the car.
Feeling it out.
Feeling it out.
That's it.
Yeah.
Not only did they let me test drive it, granted, I pulled up like in my C8, dressed a little douchey. Like, again, it's a part of the chess game. It's a part of the chess game. It's all chess game. Life is a chess game.
Queen's Gambit right there.
Exactly. Sometimes you got to sacrifice the queen. But anyways, not only did they let me test drive it, it was in the middle of their showroom floor, and they stopped everything to pull the car out of the showroom just so that I can take it on like a 5-minute test drive. Like, I'm not even kidding. They had to move like GTRs and G-Wagons out of the showroom to let the McLaren get out. Mm-hmm. And the kid driving the McLaren, getting it out, I've never seen a more nervous human being drive a car ever. They let like some like 19-year-old like car washer type dude get in the car and like move it. And like the salesman that was trying to like friendly me, like game me up type thing was like helping guide him. And I've never seen a kid like get in the car and like for the first 2 minutes, nothing happened. And then they went up and like I realized that the kid didn't know how to put it in gear. So like he was like sitting there, he's like, where's the drive button? I was like, it's the right paddle, my guy. And then like finally they crept it out. I took it on a crazy 5-minute test drive, came back, left because they didn't want to make a deal. And then I ended up in the Ferrari 458. So,
but they let you drive it. That's a good dealership. That's the lesson here. Yeah.
That's a good dealership. I know that if I was to go back, I'd be more inclined to maybe go to them, even if I wanted just a Mercedes, because of the type of dealership they are.
Yeah.
But I guarantee if I went to like Lambo Beverly Hills or McLaren Beverly Hills, they'd be like, well, we don't really know if we can let you test drive it. I'm going to need some security deposit with maybe some insurance information type thing.
Yeah.
But again, it's all in retrospect. That's their dealership.
Because they're a Mercedes dealership trying to sell a McLaren GT. They know they got to let some people drive the car to
That's what I'm saying.
To
but
get out of it.
Don't you think that's the type of thing that they should be doing regardless?
Yeah, probably.
They should. If I'm in the market, if I'm a new buyer to a car, why would the product or the person selling it the most not let me get a taste so I can understand if I like it or not?
Typically, it all depends on how much trouble they have selling a certain car. If they have no struggle selling a car, they might not let you drive it because they're fair. It doesn't. If you turn away, we're going to sell it this afternoon anyway.
At the end of this conversation, I'll have a buyer.
So it doesn't matter.
That's fair.
But like this case, a McLaren GT at a Mercedes dealer in West Covina, you find a car like that, you want to go drive it, they're a lot more likely to let you test drive it at a place like that than if you're at, McLaren Beverly.
That's fair. That's
Like
fair.
McLaren Beverly's not just pulling out a car like you said.
Depends on who you
in
are.
it.
Depends on who you are.
Depends on who you are.
I
For
feel
sure.
like the McLaren Beverly is like the established Lambo buyer. I've had 3 or 4 of them now. Mm-hmm. I'm getting my 5th one type thing. I know the guy. We go golfing on Sundays type thing. He invites me on his yacht every so often. Mm-hmm. But this is like more like, yeah, man, I don't really know what I'm doing. All I do is sell C300s. Let's go for a rip.
Give it a whirl.
Give it a whirl.
Tell me
man.
what you think.
Yep.
Hopefully you'll buy it. And
They gave it to me like with nobody in it. Like they were like, go. Drive the car. That was the other crazy part.
Are you going to pick number 3?
I'm sorry. I'm getting completely off topic.
I forgot that we were even still picking.
Don't tell you. Just sometimes a good story just distracts you. Anyways, number 3.
Should we recap real quick?
Model X Plaid for me.
I almost can't even remember. Okay.
Model X Plaid. You did the Urus Performante.
Yep.
Then I came in with the craziest my second pick, third overall pick in the world.
Sangue.
With the Pearl Sangue. Then you capped it off with
DBX
the
707.
DBX 707,
All right,
which was low-key my
I'm
third
feeling
pick.
good about my lineup.
You have a solid lineup.
Yeah.
I feel like this is actually really dependent on these picks. The third pick, I feel like there's a lot of different directions that we could probably go. But I think just for the sake, I'm going to go a little non-traditional here. But I'm going to probably take... Wow. I'm going to take the Escalade V on this one.
Escalade V.
I'm going there. I'm snagging it up. I'm sorry. I hate to do it, but I have to. Shout out John Hennessy. I'm taking the Escalade V, man.
Escalade V, you're picking the tank.
I'm picking the tank. I'm picking the 650 horsepower tank. Over 6,000 pound. Not only is it a write-off, it's also got 650 horsepower.
What I want
And
to know,
I can take the kid stock brakes. Go ahead.
what I want to know is who needs a 6,000 pound car with 700 horsepower?
Now, that's the thing. Who needs it?
Who needs it?
Needs it?
Who wants it?
Needs it? Nobody.
Who wants it?
Who wants it? A
For
lot
that
of
price
people.
over other options.
For a lot of people who aren't familiar, I've been saying like shout out John Hennessy because there's a company called Hennessy Performance out in Texas.
Out of Texas.
They're the ones that like
Yeehaw.
they're the ones that like for like years they've been doing a lot of like Tahoe Suburban conversions into like crazy horsepower ones. And then like obviously the Escalade V has been around for a while, but like it's not that it's based off of it, but like they're the ones in my opinion that are like known for like started like that trend in my opinion. Now, I feel like in Texas that market exists like crazy. Like Escalade Vs are probably the most sold in Texas.
I've seen a couple of them here.
Okay, off topic, but this is to correlate my point. I forgot where I heard this quote. I think I heard it on Tiger King. There are more. No. I heard this in I think a Tom Segura comedy special or a Joe Rogan comedy special. There are more tigers,
Private Tigers.
private tiger in captivity in the state of Texas than there are in the rest of the world. If that doesn't say that more than likely those
I
people.
think it's as there are in the wild.
in the world. Yeah, the world.
The whole world. Captivity and wild.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize what I was saying. Then I'm not.
It
sure.
might be.
It might be the wild. Whatever you want.
Whatever it is, it's crazy.
Whatever it is, it's insane. okay?
There's more tigers in private
There's more
collections in
time.
Texas.
They're out there in Texas out tigering each other.
You know what's
so you don't
crazy?
think they have a couple Escalade Vs out there?
Growing up, I remember there was like a couple ranches in Austin, and I had like been on them before. They're like wild game ranches, and you can like host. You know, they've got like event centers and stuff like that. You can go out and host, and you drive down this long driveway on thousands of acres or whatever, and there's just like wildebeest and antelope and like
That's what I'm saying, man.
like safari animals that they have on this high fenced property.
That's who needs an Escalade V. How else am I supposed to how am I supposed to get away from a tiger in my freaking my Volvo SUV or whatever? No, I need 650 horsepower of tank. That way, not only can I get away from my own tigers, I can also drop the kids off at school and pick them up for soccer practice.
I don't know why you need a 6,000 pound car with 700 horsepower.
And it's
but
a write-off.
someone can do it.
At me. What is your third pick?
My
my third pick.
were these sport SUVs?
Define the question of sports SUV.
Were these just SUVs?
This was technically performance SUVs.
Performance.
So what do you mean by sports SUV?
All right, forget about it.
No. I want to hear it.
I was maybe gonna say
If you throw it in and I think it's acceptable because I feel like we're competing, that's fine. If I accept it, it's fine.
the thing is though, I kind of changed my mind anyway.
Here we go.
But I was gonna say the Cullinan. But that's really
I
not
was
it.
also going to say the Cullinan.
It's not a
but
performance SUV,
Yeah,
is it?
I didn't consider it a performance SUV. Or at least it not only. I mean, it's technically because it has good performance and it's an SUV, but that car was designed for luxury. So
I'm
it's like
gonna-
saying an S class is a performance car.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Cayenne Turbo.
Oh, what a pick!
The Cayenne Turbo GT. The Cayenne
the
Turbo
S.
GT.
Oh, the GT.
The top one.
Yeah,
The
whatever.
Turbo
the top,
GT.
That's fair. I'll give it to you. I don't
Turbo
care.
GT is the top
That's
one.
a good pick.
Yeah.
That's a good That's a good pick. That's a great pick.
Cayenne Turbo GT.
That's a great pick.
Why do you think it's a great pick?
That's a great car.
Yeah,
Like that low key is not that might be the fastest car on the list.
maybe.
I don't know. Don't quote me, but I'm like 99% positive that I've heard like Porsche fanboys talk about it, and I'm pretty sure that might be like low key the fastest car on the list.
It's possible.
Yeah, that's a
Porsche,
great pick.
they know what they're doing.
Damn, if you would have had the Pearl Sangway at number 1, you would have a flawless list.
If I had Pura Sangway, DBX, and Turbo GT,
I like your list better than my list.
well, we don't even have to let them decide.
That was it. That was crazy. That was a great. I don't know why I'm over here asleep at the wheel at this
So
point.
you stole the Pura Sangway from underneath me.
That
and
one
then
I did.
stole the Turbo.
That was
GT.
my ace in the hole.
Turbo GT.
Honestly, dude, I don't even. Why
That was
did I
my
not
on the
pick-
river.
I would have picked like. I would have picked. You kill me with the river flap. I should have folded. I should have folded after the first pick. Instead, I was bluffing. I doubled down. I went all in. I bluffed. People read my bluff a mile away. Dude, I don't know why I didn't pick like a G63.
Yeah, I thought of that too. That could be a performance car.
Huge G-Wagon fan.
You're a
right
huge
now.
G-Wagon fan.
Now, again, we haven't talked about
Over
this.
the Escalade V.
Over the Escalade V. But that, again, I just stick to my pick because I think the Escalade V is a crazy car.
Yeah.
Not maybe like a performance compared to that, but like just the car concept is wild. But I feel like we haven't talked about this a lot because like we talk about my Ferrari all the time, but like the G-Wagon, like I'm that might be like my car.
Yeah.
Like if you could only have one, I would get a G63. I love that car.
That's like the ultimate car, huh?
The ultimate car. The combo of like the ride, the feel, the height, and the performance. There's not like
And
and
the
the
image.
Mercedes
Just gonna
interior and
leave
the
the
image.
image.
And I'll throw the image in there. And the Mercedes interior, like all of it combined, the ride height for me being big, awesome. The comfort and the way it drives like a cloud because of Mercedes, awesome. The image, awesome. The performance, awesome. And then the interior, if it's red,
Red.
bro, number one like in existence.
I'd have matte white with black everything, gloss black, wheels, gloss black,
That would be beautiful.
grill cover,
That would be
all
beautiful.
that stuff.
Red interior.
Oh yeah, red with the diamond stitch,
Honestly, you know,
perforated diamond stitch.
this might be kind of
100%.
weird, but like, you know what aftermarket accessory looks crazy on that car?
What?
Starlight roof.
Oh, I'm sure.
Oh my god, stars in the ceiling.
I think
Oh,
if you
yeah.
do a starlight roof right, you can pretty much put anything and it looks crazy.
That's fair. but,
Except,
like,
I mean, it would be weird in like an Aventador,
it
obviously. but
weirdly fits in that car.
yeah.
Like I can almost be like, this looks like factory
How many starlight roofs in G wagons does RDB crank out each week?
on a weekly basis.
Yeah, like 7.
Yeah, double digits, maybe 10, 12.
They've constantly got a G wagon in there that they're starlighting the roof, right?
Absolutely. I mean, honestly, like G wagons for them is like Camrys.
How much is that job, you think?
I don't know.
Starlight the roof?
I mean, it depends on exactly the actual. Again, I'm just
For them, it would be.
ballparking
I've
here,
seen a cheap starlight roof.
and then a good quality starlight roof.
Yes, and it is not the same.
Here's the thing. By no means is it an easy thing to do. It's not. It's complicated. Okay?
Yeah.
But people will talk to you or they advertise that it's like, oh, this is nothing. This is no, it's complicated. Like the electrical wiring and then having to drop the liner and like it's a big deal.
Yeah.
It's not like a light thing to do. But price wise, I couldn't really ballpark it because I don't know what the cost of the materials would be like. Plus, I also don't know what the actual like labor that they would be charging. I mean, I know what the process would be, but I don't know how long it would take. But I imagine, especially depending on the place, RDB probably upcharges because their brand they built, stuff like that. But I wouldn't be surprised if you told me 20 grand, 15 grand.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised.
I wouldn't be surprised. Now, do I think it should cost that much? I think you could probably get it done for under 10 easily. But I don't doubt that people would pay 15 to 20.
for RDB to.
You also got to think of RDB's clients too.
Oh yeah.
RDB, and again, just to talk about them a little bit, because I'll give them their credit where credit's due. They have built a great brand. They were on top of the car branding and the YouTube and the car social media game from a shop perspective before anybody.
They were early in the game.
They were super early in the game. So that you cannot take away from them. What they've tried to translate into and what they continue to try to push, in my opinion, is a little overdone. Because they're really like, they're a custom place and like they do a lot of custom work.
Yeah.
But they advertise that they're like full service and full center and stuff like that. But in reality, like you said, like they got Starlight wagons and they do Ford Giottos and their custom RDB wheels on Rolls Royces like water. But then again, to each their own. They have gotten to the point where they do not need the other business. They just do that and they're more than profitable. But the advertisement part of it is what it is. But again, they're advertising to people that don't really know. I don't even really know. I'm just talking.
Their stuff looks to be pretty much the best that I've seen.
No. They do good work. I'm not taking again.
Yeah,
there's no. I'm not trying to put them down at all. They are a great shop. They do great. Like they're crazy what they do.
Yeah.
Because my thing is to do that work on those cars. Like you have to have like I don't know about balls, but like risk. Mm-hmm. Like to have somebody that knows how to do that work is not easy to find or to teach. On top of that, if something goes wrong, because again, that all that works like part of it is human error. Like a person is doing all that work. Any little mishap and something goes wrong, the expense that they would have to eat if one of their own guys mess up something, you're not talking about like, I don't even know, like blowing a fuse on a Toyota Camry. Okay. You can go to O'Reilly's and find a swap for that. You mess up something on a Rolls Royce Cullinan. No, you're not going to O'Reilly's and finding that.
Yeah. There's going to be an insurance claim for that. That's why they're expensive, though. They got a crazy clientele, so they could start to charge lots of money and then hire the best people.
Yep.
Because they got a
quote unquote best people.
Yeah, so they probably pay them more than the average person.
And someone who doesn't know what they're talking about and who has no idea of anything, I'm talking out of my ass here. Their clients are more so the people that buy cars like brand new. And
send them straight to them. Yes,
before they even drive it, they send it to them and they're like, I want this, I want this, I want this. I don't care. Do it.
For sure.
That's their clientele now.
Yeah.
Before, maybe 10 years ago, when they were really in there trapping and hustling, they might have a lower clientele with different types of things. But now their clientele is like Chris Brown.
They're not rapping a Ghibli.
Yeah, exactly.
Today.
They might have rapped a couple back in the day, but now
they did rap a couple back in the day.
They do a couple like American cars from every now and then that I've seen. Like they just did a ZL1 that looks pretty crazy, but like
because if you got the money to pay for it, they'll do it.
They'll do it exactly. But like I can imagine what somebody paid to wrap their ZL1 there. Are you kidding me? You could have probably got the same thing for half the price.
Because think about what their list is. You call them, you're like, hey, I want a wrap done. They're like, well, it's this much, or you're waiting 6 months.
Yeah, that's actually true. I have no idea what their wait list, or if they do have one, would look like. Because at the same time, they have a lot of volume, but at the same time, like how many crazy like cars can there really be out there to do all that custom work on?
I just know what's crazy is some of these builds they're doing. They're probably billing. I mean, they're billing 6 figures on a car.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm telling you.
All the time.
People don't realize that's exactly my whole point that I've talked about before. There is stupid money out there. People with money have stupid money.
Like, I know it seems crazy that like someone's putting $150,000 into a car that they already spent $300 on, but that happens all the time.
All the time.
$200,000.
People don't realize that because again, the people that are buying those cars can afford to do that type of crap.
Right.
Like even like not even quote like Tate, but like he talks about he's like everybody says that the broke people like rich people don't buy rich things, and he's like who's buying them? It's like it's the truth. People buy this crazy crap and do crazy things because there's a stupid amount of money in the world. People don't understand that.
That's how Novitec can like make a carbon kit and say it's $80,000.
Yeah.
For
how do you think Brabus
some
exists?
side skirts and
literally like think about all the Brabus
like
stuff.
the Brabus. How much is the Brabus 700 package?
I don't even know what it would cost, but it's those cars after the package is on them is stupid. A Brabus 4x4 G-Wagon, those things go for ridiculous amounts. Like I don't think it's 7 figures, but like over $500,000 easy.
Well, those like the RDB wide body Uruses, they say
it's like a 6-figure kit, no?
Oh, easy.
Easy.
Like because you pick up an Urus for what, 300?
Let's say
like a new one.
Ballpark. Let's say you get it for 300.
You get a new one and ship it straight to them. I think when I've seen like people talk about their Urus builds, they're like, this is a $600,000 car. So you're talking like $250,000, $300,000 in
Let's
work.
just say body kit $100,000. Okay.
Then the work.
Okay. You're not taking it there and not getting wheels if you're getting a body kit.
And
now you got
wheels.
4Gs. Okay?
Suspension probably.
You're talking about 4G autos. Let's say on that type of car and RDB upselling.
Carbon barrel.
Carbon barrel. Are you kidding me? And RDB custom paint work that they do crazy in-house paints.
$40,000 wheels.
$40,000 wheels, $20,000 paint job, $100,000 body kit on a $300,000 brand new car.
We haven't tuned it yet. We haven't put a starlight roof.
We haven't put an exhaust on it. I'm telling you get up there like this, but people don't realize that. But there's so many people with so much amount of money, and it should piss you off listening to me talk about this crap.
That's like there's a dude on Instagram with an SF90, and he always like puts people's comments and like makes new videos out of them, And someone was like, he's done
like a duet thing.
Yeah, he's done some things on his SF90, and he always says like the SF90 build. And someone commented like, how do you call that a build? And he was like, what do you mean, how do I call this a build? He's like, I've got upgraded turbos. That was like $50,000. I've got exhaust. That was 20 grand. I've got these whatever wheels, carbon barrel wheels, 40 grand. He's got the Novatec carbon kit. He was like, whatever, 80 grand. He's like, I've spent like $200,000 on top of the MSRP of this car,
which is
He's
ridiculous.
Like, how is that not a build?
Yeah. Like, okay, I'm feeling very like controversial, so I'm going to say this. Maybe I shouldn't say it, but like most people who talk about a build and are people like, oh, you just dumped a bunch of money in the car. You didn't even do the work yourself. That's the whole point, is to not do the work yourself.
Right.
Like people who are like proud that they like installed an airbox in their car and like they're mechanics now and all that stuff like that. Like that whole thing is just an excuse for you to be like, I'm broke. Like literally, like it's like, bro, if you have the money to go dump 100 bands and have somebody else do the work for you, that's the whole point.
Just because you didn't build it doesn't mean it's not a build.
Exactly.
And you can spend 100 grand on a car these days and it not be a build. But at the end of the day, a build is just you're changing your car.
Yeah. To your liking, whatever you like.
That's a build.
That's a build.
You don't just have you don't have a stock car.
It doesn't have to be performance. People always talk about build have to be like you are like editing the motor or the performance, whatever. No. Cosmetics is a build too.
Yeah.
In my opinion, at
New
least.
wheels is not a build.
That's not a build. That's fair. You can't just slap cool wheels on it and be
as soon as you do a body kit though, you're in build territory.
Absolutely, dude. Even as soon as you put a spoiler on the car, you're in build territory.
Think so?
Yes. Depending, especially if the car doesn't come.
The argument can be made. Yeah.
It can be made.
It can be made for sure.
Do you consider my C8 a build?
Yeah, I'd say. You've got some wrap. You've got front.
I got front spoiler. I got new rear spoiler. Okay, exhaust. Side skirts.
Yeah.
Wrap on the top.
That's a build.
Tint.
That's a build.
I should tune the damn thing.
It doesn't look like another C8 driving down the road. That's for sure.
That's what I'm saying. But again, some fanboys would come at me because I didn't do anything. I haven't tuned it, or I haven't put a new airbox, or I didn't put turbos on it, like all the crazy YouTubers are doing and stuff like that. Like Amelia Earhart, that's a build. Amelia Earhart C8, the twin turbo one.
I haven't seen it.
You haven't seen it?
Yeah,
she was like,
turbo
I think one of the first people, because anytime a car comes out that's naturally aspirated, there's always people that be like, first person to twin turbo that, and they're running like 2 pounds of boost. And I'm like, because a car is not built to handle that type of boost. Now I'm just getting off on a tangent, but you get what I'm saying.
Yeah, but even some of these engine builds, I was watching a video on the VF superchargers, because they advertise the superchargers like $20,000, I think, for like the Huracan kit. But after install and all the other extra things you have to do to to make the supercharger work, it ends up being like an $80,000 job
easily, bro.
even though they advertise as like a $20,000
easily
kit or whatever.
Easily, I feel like, again, I understand that this is the whole point of what people are trying to do, but people make it and they advertise like all this work is so easy. Like it's like drinking a glass of water. This shit is difficult, whether people want to admit it or not. Obviously, if you're a shop trying to advertise that you can do the work, the whole goal is to advertise that it's easy.
Yeah.
But too many people fall into that where they're like, dude, this is nothing. What? Putting a VF supercharger on that V10? That's nothing. Dude, you know how complicated that work is? Again, to have the knowledge of how to install that, not only that, just taking everything apart. People forget that just the part to access what you have to access, you have to tear down half the damn car.
They make it look so easy because they just take the header off and then drop that in.
Because that's all they show you.
They don't show you all the different sensors they gotta add.
Exactly.
All the new tuning they gotta do.
God forbid somebody messes something up. What about the calibrations on some of this stuff? Then to dial that in with the tune, people act like, oh, anybody can tune a car. You just slap a damn OBD thing in there and you tune it on your phone. Bro, if you're putting a VF supercharger to try to push 700, 800 plus horsepower, you're not tuning your damn thing on a damn little handheld $2 device you bought on Snap-on Amazon for $40.
Temu.
Okay? You have a dang computer system that you have that's built out specifically to do all that stuff.
Yeah.
That probably VF licenses you the product.
Now you can probably get a Subaru mod off Wish.com.
You could probably, you could, the same place that you buy your vape cartridges at, they probably sell WRX upgrades at the same damn location. But that's neither here or there. Okay. Like I know one of the most, like the VF supercharger package you're talking about, there's a place, I forgot if it's in Temecula or it's in like San Diego area. Sheepy Race. You ever heard Sheepy? Like they're pretty.
That's the video I was watching. They were talking about it.
They do crazy work. They do good work. They're like in my opinion, they're the RDB of like the performance side. Because I feel like whether you like it or not, RDB is more cosmetic. But like the performance, R1 Motorsports in the Valley, Sheepy Race, wild. Like the work that they do. Like I think the most common thing is throwing those VF superchargers on the actual R8s, not even the Huracans. Dude, they've made some like 1,000 horsepower plus R8s.
Yeah.
That will literally make grown men cry in the passenger seat.
Yeah.
But people think
Well, those
that
are
it's so
twin
common.
turbo, I think. Because
think
they were
they're
even
both.
saying, because
They're
they were,
both.
when they were talking about the VF supercharger, they were like, for the cost of this, like you can get so much more power. That was kind of like their video about the VF supercharger.
They were
like,
selling you on that.
Yeah, they're like, I'm not saying this is a bad. They're like, I think this is a good product, all that stuff. And they're like, but like the amount of power you're gaining for how much it costs to install this kit compared to like you twin turbo it, and you're really spinning probably pretty close to the same thing. And they're like, and we can get 1,200 horsepower. That's basically what they were saying. They were trying to say they could get you 1,200 horsepower for close to the cost of the VF supercharger.
Am I allowed to say more like controversial stuff, or do I have to stop myself?
You think they're just selling?
Am I allowed to say it?
Yeah.
All right. So technically what they're selling and what they're trying to sell, again, it goes back to the whole point. Like they're making the kit so they want to sell it. In reality, now this might get a lot of hate from people, especially people who like are really into modifying cars. This might be a really bad take for them. But I'm going to use the C8 as a prime example. Okay.
All right.
The C8 came out, the Stingray. It came out with the transmission it did, the suspension it did, everything. With the power, the torque, everything for a reason. Okay. People who got that car initially, and obviously all the YouTubers were like racing to try to twin turbo it or supercharge it because it was naturally aspirated and it was the first Corvette to do that, X, Y, and Z. So that was what was trending and that's what sold views, right? Those cars and every car that's made, besides maybe like, I don't even know, like some cars that I feel like are more tendency to make like modifications to, those cars are built and they're engineered exactly the way they are because it's a perfect combination of everything. Does that make sense? Like putting twin turbos on a space C8, in all reality, now that they've broke the ECU and stuff, you could probably push some good power. But eventually, what people don't realize, that transmission and the suspension is not built for that much pressure, that much PSI, that much boost. It's not built for it. It's built for the naturally aspirated 495 horsepower with the combination of torque. That's the whole point of the car. That's why the Z06, even though they redesigned the motor, is completely new suspension and everything in between, or transmission, because of the fact that it's engineered differently and it's made for that.
Yeah.
So adding another, not saying that you can't, but spending 40, 50 grand to add another 200 horsepower to a car, eventually you get to a point where the car will start breaking down or like you might have transmission problems because at the end of the day, that car wasn't built for that much force.
Right.
That much power.
You're definitely going to have more bills down the road.
You are definitely, exactly. At
But
the end of the day,
if you have 100 grand to spend on the kit, you probably have the 20 grand to replace the transmission.
Exactly. That's the whole point, though. They're selling. It's like RDB. They're selling to a different market, but people view it and they think it's for the masses. It's not.
Yeah.
It's for people that don't care, and this is like their fourth car, a project car, and a project car when they probably already have a couple G-Wagons, a Rolls Royce, and another Lambo or another whatever, and they're like, this one I want to make wild. I'll drive it once a month.
And then they do it and they get bored of it.
Exactly. And
Because
then they ended up listing it. Some
I'd
idiot
rather drive
buys it, and then they start
Wyra.
driving it like they're daily. And next thing you know, the transmission blows, and they're like, "Now I'm sitting on 180 grand R8 that I can't even can't even afford to build or put a transmission in." You get me?
Yep.
That's a hot take.
Yeah. Because if you can't afford to buy it new, you probably can't afford to buy it new.
Exactly. I'm telling you, man.
The service costs don't go down.
Exactly.
When you
don't buy a McLaren.
Yeah, that's I remember when it was crazy that a Bugatti had like a $30,000 oil change or whatever, and that is crazy. But the amount of like different services for supercars that are 20, 30 grand for like brakes or like your
Have you seen how
20,000
those oil
miles
changes happen?
What?
Have you seen why those oil changes like $30,000?
There's like 16 oil drain plugs, isn't there?
It's a W16 motor.
Yeah.
A W16.
You have to take off the rear bumper off the car to do an oil change on that car.
It's insane.
You have to like basically take the whole back of that's why it's so expensive.
Life lesson. Okay. This is another motivational type thing. Okay. Partly the reason why it costs $30,000. How many people know how to do an oil change on Bugatti?
Very few.
That's why it also costs $30,000.
Yeah, specialty is something that people pay for.
There's a saying.
Specialty is a premium.
There's a saying that I like very much, and I feel like because we're on the topic of this, I'll say it. It's more of a story. There's a person, like, for example, the U.S. government has like a...
For example,
I say that a lot. The U.S. government has like a submarine that doesn't work. It's out of commission. Okay? Mm-hmm. And they've hired all kinds of people, and they've tried to have people fix it. Can't fix it. They call this one guy that everyone's like, this is the number one submarine tech in the world. They're like, all right, whatever the cost, I don't care. We need this back and operational. Guy comes on, looks around, kind of looks. He's like, He's got a clipboard and a pen. Walks around. He's like, okay, take a note. He walks up and he goes with his pen on like a rail. Submarine starts up. They're like, what? How in the world? And he just walks off. That's it. Sends them the bill later, and it's like 100,000 or whatever crazy number that the analogy uses or whatever. And they're like, I'm not giving you this. All you did was tap a pen on a thing. I'm not paying you to tap a pen on a thing, and all of a sudden it works like that. So he's like, all right, no worries. Give me the bill. And he's like, $1 tapping pen, 99,999 knowing where to tap. There's your bill. That's the same concept when you get into these crazy services. Partly is it expensive because it's a high-end car, but knowing how to do it and knowing that specific niche knowledge is where the big money is at, or at least why some of these things cost so much. Do you think your local Valvoline can do a W16 Bugatti oil change? If they could, they would, and they would charge $30,000, $40,000. But it's a scarcity thing.
They'd probably be confused if I pulled up in a 4C.
Yeah, they'd be like, "What is this?"
I'd be like, "You do oil changes on cars twice this price all the time. I promise you."
Your car is complicated, though.
Yeah,
it's complicated.
Low key.
The fact that you even do some of the work that you do on your car.
I don't think you understand. I do the work on the easy stuff. There are some very simple parts of the car.
I mean, I've seen you,
and there are parts of the car. I've done some things that I would probably be surprised that I've done them if you told me a couple years ago.
That's what I'm saying. You've done some stuff and you text me and I'm like, why are you doing this?
One time I had like 12 different screws out of my engine.
You're
and
wild.
I looked down at the screws and I was like, I have to know where these go.
Or else this is not moving.
These didn't come out of like some furniture. This is my engine.
This is your engine. Like, this car is not moving unless I'm able to figure out where I took these bolts from.
Basically.
Trust me.
But always take a picture before you do anything. That's my key.
Insane.
Take a picture, start your work.
Dude, even doing an oil change on the 458 is not easy.
I'm sure that's not cheap.
You have to, not only is it not cheap, but like doing it is not easy.
Yeah.
You have to, first you have to have it like, if you have a special lift that's designed it, but most lift machines that get the car in the air, the way that the Ferrari designed the undercovers, most times the arms that grab it and lift it up block some of the screws and some of the accessible areas to those covers. So you have to take the covers or unloose all the screws, or you have to lift the car up, undo the screws where you can, drop it down, do the final screws where the arm blocks, then take everything off, then lift the car up and do all the thing, then drop it, put the screws back on majority, then lift it up, do the last couple finite screws, and it's like all this for an oil change. Yep.
That sounds fun.
It's terrible. You know how scary I'm the day that comes, which is right around the corner. I'll probably do it like next week. I fear for that day.
You doing it?
I'm doing it.
Let's go.
Yep. Mechanic
Joe.
All right.
This was a good one.
This was a really good one.
I feel good.
I feel like this is a good place for us to end and segue.
It is. Which is sad. I'm like so juiced. I know,
right? We could keep.
I could really keep ripping.
I'm going to say this, and we can either leave this in, whatever you want to do. But what was the topic we could have a conversation about?
Buying a car.
I'm just saying that so we can have one.
Yeah, maybe next week.
Right. Tune in next week. Maybe we'll talk about it. Maybe we won't.
We're out.
Thanks for tuning in.